Welcome in, everybody, to CTN Ann Arbor's Game of the Week. We're here at the Eagles Nest, where we've got the Romulus Eagles visiting the Skyline Eagles. With me tonight is the venerable Kevin Bryant. Tell me what we're in for tonight, Kevin.
Well, I'll tell you, Nick, Skyline, undefeated record. They're going to match up against possibly the same team in districts if they can get by Ann Arbor Pioneer in their district opener. So this is kind of that tweener game. You're as a player, probably the Skyline players, they definitely would like to win. As a coach, you know next week is a little bit more important than tonight. Another thing we need to look for, Skyline's playing without their big. Deshaun Munson is injured. This Romulus team they're facing tonight has a lot of size down low. Should be interesting.
Should be interesting indeed. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome in, everybody. Here we go. We're waiting for our tip-off here between the Skyline Eagles and the Romulus Eagles. Nick Wisniewski here along with Kevin Bryant, bringing you all the action here for CTN's Game of the Week.
A little bit of different starting lineup, Nick, for the Eagles. They have all of their seniors out there.
Senior night getting going here, so obviously we're going to let those guys get out there for at least a couple of minutes here. There we go, last touch off of Skyline here. Guard Randy Freisen there with the inbound pass.
That's a weird call there.
Yeah, you're not going to see that too much. You are going to see too much, though, here. Right there, Brandon Wade. Senior extraordinaire for the Eagles.
And Brandon's been filling up the stat sheet all year long. We were just mentioning before the game how he's only scored under, well, he's a 20-point scorer no matter what night of the week it is. Whatever game, Brandon's giving you 20 points and probably about 8 or 9 assists.
And one of his favorite looks is to Jack Ammerman as well, who's also a 1,000-point scorer in his career.
Yeah, that is a unique thing. I'm not sure if I've ever, come across a squad that has 2 1,000-point scorers. And over the last 4 years, there hasn't been a game started without BK Brandon on the starting lineup for the Eagles. That's fantastic right there.
Well, and even throughout the course of the game, talking to Coach Lovelace this week, Wade and Ammerman rarely come out of these games, period. So, I mean, they're playing a lot.
There's that combo.
Nice dish right there. Again, when you play together as long as these two have, you're just going to do those things in second nature. That was just a great play there by Ammerman. Wade and Ammerman.
And hopefully we have a good showing by Jack tonight. Jack Black, the nickname of Jack Ammerman. This guy, he has, let's just say, a bad ability of not showing up when CTN Sports is in the building.
There we saw Kyle Seal there, one of the big guys for the Romulus Eagles.
And here comes Ammerman coming in with that nice little lefty finger roll.
It's textbook you go lefty like that.
Yeah, and you just notice on that shot, Jack has his thumb wrapped up. So I wonder if that's something that he picked up out of his last game. This Skyline team tonight is going to be playing without their big down low. Deshaun Munson, who twisted an ankle early in the Bedford game. This team went down to Saline last week on Friday, and they took care of business. But when they're getting into the postseason, Nick, and they're playing teams like this, they're definitely going to need Deshaun back in the lineup.
Oh, for sure. Again, Romulus Eagles here have two guys. One guy's 6'7", one guy's 6'8". You need all the height you can
and
get.
You're definitely going to be coming up against teams you haven't faced in your conference that have some trees like this out here tonight.
Quality takeaway there from Darius Hall. Wade trying to find his man, working around the perimeter here, the Eagles are.
Sometimes when you have guys that normally aren't in the rotation, you go above and beyond and try to get them some good feelings. And right now, I mean, Brandon, yeah, he's one of those guys that can find other players, but this is what he needs to do. He needs to take over.
Just like he did on that replay right there. Goes strong to the rack, up and under there. As the crowd slowly fills in here on senior night, we're starting to hear a little bit more noise now. And some ovations for some of those seniors coming off the floor right here, right now. There's Omar Agor right there coming off the court.
Timeout, Romulus, 30-second timeout.
That's got to be a special moment for a senior to get out there. You know, you're usually, the guys that don't start the game, sometimes they're more counted on to practice, get the starters or the guys that are in the rotation prepared. It's a nice reward, man.
And especially Agor right there with the great hands, the great takeaway, the great knockaway, and then he gets to come off. So he gets the double, the twofer there from the fans. From the
and you get the elation of the crowd. You know, you see mom and dad up in the stands clapping for you. Gotta love that.
100%. Absolutely, absolutely. Something he'll remember for the rest of his life, I'm sure.
And they can always see it again over and over right here on CTN Sports.
Absolutely. Go over to YouTube, ctnannarbor.com, and we check it out in crystal clear, glorious high definition. Or you can always follow us on twitter.com, CTN Ann Arbor. There it is, CTN Ann Arbor YouTube.
We're
like and
everywhere,
subscribe.
Man.
Yeah.
Love it.
Got to be in this day and age.
Wow, those are some big numbers on the back of the jerseys of the Flyers.
Especially helpful for us down here on this end. I think I'm actually pretty thankful about it. You got their guard Fryson again. Quick handles, really quick feet from Fryson. You can see that already. Long three from number 3 there. That's Jerome Bivens. Again, another one of the trees, as you put it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a guy that you would think would be down low, but hey, if he has the touch, why not?
Well, that's today's game anymore, right? Like, you don't necessarily have to handhold your guys down there in the paint and the block. They move around a lot, and that gets the other team's bigs out a little bit, spreads the court.
Twofold, but it's more like you're more of just a basketball player nowadays as opposed to playing a position, right?
Completely true. There's not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anymore. You've got your guards that do different things. You got your wings. You got your special players like Wade right there. He'll do a little bit of everything. Shoot, go to the rack, draw those fouls, which is always really important to do.
But yeah, and BK, he has a knack for taking the contact and still getting a quality shot off. Right there, though, is where he's really going to have to focus. The team only shot 3 free throws last game. BK, he's only shooting around the 70-point percentage mark. He needs to get that percentage up a little bit.
Well, and I guarantee you, if they only shot 3 free throws last game, Coach Lovelace is telling them, go to the rack, go to the rack, go to the rack this game. There was Braid once again trying to get in there and trying to draw that contact. Ammerman, quick hands though. Great take on there by Keon Wright for the Romulus Eagles.
A nasty fall there by Fry. Fry actually kind of played a little bit. I'm not going to make it into the defensive end because I can get this little cherry picking action going on.
And again, we've talked about guard Randy Fryson there for the Romulus Eagles a few times now. I mean, he got back real quick.
These guys got some scoots.
Yeah. There you go, Charlie Fry right there, filling it up there. Fry doesn't get to the free throw line a whole heck of a lot.
Is that? I'm trying to check. I think that might be his first points on the season.
Might be. You see the Eagles once again being patient, working around the perimeter. Jerome Bivens with that mid-range jumper didn't quite go.
Tough pass there from Ryan. It looks like he may be injured under the floor. Came down kind of hard on his side. He's got an injured player.
And we'll have a whistle on that so they can go and check on him.
Yeah, and I really think he took an elbow when he was going inside. It kind of looks like he's just going to shake it off and walk up court, but if we might have to take a look at that, and we can see if he took like a little pork chop when he came in on that drive.
No, you're definitely right. When he came in and tried to ditch it away, I think number 21 might have got him. Might have been maybe a little ankle catch up there. Legs might have got twisted in there.
Yeah, and again, it looks like he's still holding on his right side, like it's like one of those floating ribs kind of an injury. Want to know if he kind of maybe overextended. They're actually going to bring him out now. Because it didn't look like a lot of contact on that drive, Nick.
No, I think it's just where he kind of came down and fell on it. Like you said, might have a little floating rib issue. Could be hard breathing right now. Robert Malcolm Jr. in for him currently. Again, another aggressive play there by Jack Ammerman.
Ryan Wade turned over to Coach Lovelace and said, I'm going to just go back in. That's tough.
And Ryan Wade is another player, just like his older brother, just like Ammerman, doesn't come out a lot for these Skyline Eagles. Not used to sitting on that bench.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. Doesn't like the view. Long pass there by Brandon Wade.
You know, a lot of guys that get into those starting lineups like the Tom Brady's or the Peyton Mannings, they never want their backup to get any type of getting comfortable with their position on the floor.
No, and again, the great players that are so well conditioned, that are used to doing that, you know, they're not taking anything away from it, so why wouldn't you want to be in there doing your absolute best?
Good back door.
Very slick pass there by Randy Freisen. Found Kyle Seal cutting towards the hoop. Had a little bit of a body foul there by Skyline. You can see Freisen again cut down a little bit there. Nice cut. Nice cut by Seal.
And you want to know if maybe Ryan is feeling a little bit more of that injury. Didn't defend the backdoor cut as tough as he is on the defensive end. That's something that he usually gets those long limbs into the passing lane and deflection.
No, you're not wrong about that, but Kyle Seal, number 21 there, he's 6'7". He's going to get a quick step. But you're right about that about Ryan Wade. You know, Coach Lovelace told me that he's consistently on the opposing team's best player all game long.
And that's a mentality you have to have when you ask the coaching staff, put me on the best. You know you're confident about your defensive skills.
And your confidence is going to go way up when you tell me go get their best guy every day. Skyline was in a little bit of a man-to-man, but they're going to give you a lot of defensive looks here in this game. They'll play some 2-2-1. They'll play some traps. They'll do some full court.
They definitely, I mean, when you have two guys that have been playing for 4 years, you can really stretch the playbook. A lot of these kids played together in AAU ball on the One Nation team over the summer, so they're very familiar with not only where the person likes to spot up.
Right, exactly.
But also where they are familiar with each other's games.
Well, I think by now we're familiar where Ammerman likes to spot up. Like, we've seen it enough. Like, that's nothing new, that shot right there.
Yeah, he's in his range anywhere over the half-court line.
There you see Brandon Wade one more time going to the rack, doing his best.
I mean, look at where Ammerman took that from. I mean, Nick, really? I mean, he was close to the out-of-bounds line.
He sure was. And again, he had that Romulus player right in his face the whole time again, but he's got such a fluid motion. He's so used to taking that shot. You know, nothing's going to get in his way, and he's just used to knocking that thing down. There it is again.
Ooh.
They call him no basket on that one, though.
Well, the number one three-point shooter in Skyline history, that's him right there. Jack Ammerman, number 11, has been doing it since the 014 season, right? The 2014, the guy comes out as a freshman, and we're like, wow, who's this guy? And he may not have gone up as far as a whole bunch of extra size, but his game really has.
No, and again, that just speaks to his work ethic and really the whole mentality that this entire program has going forward. Romulus doing a great job working around, even in a small diamond there. Freisen, again, great ball handler. Seems like a really quick kid, but that might not be his shot right there from that corner.
It might not be his shot, but I was taking a look at Robert Malcolm Jr. catching the ball. Actually, the ball caught him. And for a second there, number 10 on the Eagles squad looked like he was out of breath because the ball came at him so hard and fast.
See both Wades there on the right side, strong side. Once again, Wade to the rack. Nice little toss in there, nice little kiss off the glass.
Well, we're getting an indication of Herb Buckley, the head coach for the Romulus Flyers, his game plan. Normally, a coach down by 13 in the first quarter is calling timeouts. He's trying to regroup his squad, but guess what? This game really doesn't matter that much to Romulus. They can utilize this as basically a scrimmage, Nick.
No, you're not wrong about that, but again, it's always tough to tell your kids, or they're going to notice little things like that, but you're right, a timeout here seems like it's something that probably should be going on for the Eagles.
A little Euro step. And again, you see on that defensive play there, Bivens never really going up and challenging that shot. He kind of allowed Wade to go right to his sweet spot.
Yeah, Coach Buckley actually did tell me before the game that one of the things he's really wanted to work on with his squad is toughness, and it is aggressiveness. And thus far, we really haven't seen it because they need to get a lot closer to Wade. They can't let him take those shots.
No, he's really feeling it tonight, him and Ammerman.
And at the end of the first quarter, we've got your Skyline Eagles 21, Romulus Eagles 7. We'll be right back with more Game of the Week here on CTN Sport.
You're watching CTN Sports. Go Eagles. The biggest jump since last year, I would say, is Ryan Wade. He's just gotten a lot more explosive. He's extremely confident. He takes defense personally. He's going to be one of our guys that's responsible for defending the other team's best player a lot of times. And offensively, he can score from the outside. He can drive to the basket. He dunks easily. He's starting to rebound a lot more. And he's just picked up all aspects of his game. It's all of our guards. Brandon's extremely good from the outside. He likes to distribute. He'll hit when it's available. Jack Ammerman finished in the top 20 in the state last year percentage-wise. He was up close to 50% for the season. And we played, best competition in the state. Win the next possession.
Welcome back, everybody, to Game of the Week action here on CTN. So far, we've got a rout by the Skyline Eagles here on senior night. There's Jack Ammerman with a nice steal. And one. Count it! Ammerman will be going to the line. Eagles now 23, Romulus Eagles 7. Kevin, what do you think about that first quarter?
A lot of energy from the Eagles. It was nice to see the seniors, the entire starting five were seniors. But I really got to go on a little bit of negative slant here, Nick. that Romulus team did not show up to fight. It seemed like they came out with not any type of aggressive play, and even from the bench, it seemed like they're okay with being in the position they are right now.
Yeah, Romulus doesn't seem to be quite as aggressive as you would kind of expect going into a game like this, where you've got the opportunity to play such a spoiler for the run that the Eagles have been on. But again, I mean, you can't say enough about what Skyline's done so far. They've played really hard. They're working extremely hard.
Oh, you're right about that, Nick. They came out here, and a lot of teams, they would come and think, you know what, I don't need to really try that hard. We already have won the conference. We're already setting.
Did you see those couple of plays there? Just a couple of long crisscross plays. You find your man underneath the bucket, all above the ground. You're exactly right. Just a great sequence of events by Skyline.
Well, that's what coaches want, man. When you're running a transition, do not dribble the ball, kids. It slows the tempo down. You pass the ball up court. And it was great how they zigzagged that ball across the court. That was an awesome play. And you had one of your bigs getting out and running. Look at this. Darius Hall, that's the way you finish. On the backside, protected his layup, but with the rim.
No, just a beautiful play from start to finish. Really fun watching that one go through. Just, again, the hard work, the awareness, and the creativity of the Skyline Eagles right now. Really fun.
All right, Nick. My favorite player on the team just got into the lineup.
Would that be number 50, Spencer Morgan?
Spencer Morgan has the energy that if you're on a basketball court, he might not be the first guy that you choose, but he definitely would be the second because he's a bunch of energy as well as, you know, he gets the other guys going.
No, you could already see him. He's been in there for roughly 5 seconds. He was down there banging bodies underneath the paint. You love to see that kind of guy. You're completely right.
And the other team hates it when you have that kind of player.
No, he's the guy that you hate on the other squad and love on yours.
Exactly.
Completely. Eagles working that perimeter a little bit.
There he goes.
And there's your man. There's your man. Fan favorite there does pull down the offensive board. Just couldn't quite finish it down there.
Well, they're going to really count on him if Deshaun Munson can't get back from his injury in the postseason. So these are meaningful minutes that Spencer Morgan is really lodging right now.
No, you're definitely right. If he's not used to playing a whole lot of minutes, they're going to have to get his conditioning working out. And Brandon Wade, once again, cool customer right there, hitting and one.
Whose house? Wow. I mean, that was – and my player coming out with the screen right there, screen and roll, and that's all that BK needs. Just give him an opportunity to launch that sweet jumper. And right now, he hit 4 3-pointers in that last game against Saline. He's really feeling it from behind the arc. Sorry to say that to the opponents of the Eagles coming up.
And you can see Morgan in the background of that. He was every bit as excited for that bucket as Wade was.
That's the consummate team player that you love to play when you have the skills of a Brandon Wade, that you can have somebody that can get out there and do some of that little tough, dirty work.
Completely true. And again, working that pick and roll as well as they did. We might be seeing a lot of that here tonight and throughout the state tournament.
Yeah, because you think about it. If you collapse in on Brandon, he's finding somebody on the wing.
Yep. Keon right there with a nice take. Ryan Wade going right to the rim there. Got a little bit of contact there. I think he'll be going to the line. Or they'll call body and they'll be passing it from the baseline.
I think they got a lot of leather on that one, man.
Sure seemed like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do I know? We're kind of far away. Can't see it all.
Yeah, they got us stuck in the catacombs over here in the corner.
That's okay.
I mean, we're normally center court, but I think, I'd be remiss not to say, get well to Pete Poyer out there.
Of course.
Who's not on the broadcast, man in the mic. Maybe he called in to the athletic staff and said, put him on the side.
Put him in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not there. Put the JV down there.
Oh, there's a throwdown.
Jerome Bivens once again. He doesn't have a far way to go to get up to that rim.
There he goes. Now look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
And again, he's not 6'7", 6'8" like those Romulus bigs, but he's quick. He gets the ball quick. He goes up quick with it.
And he's definitive with his actions.
Right.
You know, he's not thinking. He knows he has one, maybe two moves in the old toolbox. So he went to move number one. I'm going to take it up strong, take some contact, and I'm going to finish.
And he's a square kid. He looks built. He is strong. He can go up there strong.
Nice. Now look at my man Spencer. Finish strong, baby. Finish strong. Look at that energy. How can you not be wanting to play with a guy like that?
And a really great job by Wade to get the Romulus player up off of his feet. You see the Eagles working it around again. Little shot from the handle there, from the elbow.
And Jerome Bivens, he's taking over down low in the paint. I mean, no call there because it wasn't needed.
No, again, Bivens got that quick first step. There he is again.
And you said it might not be a shot, but the rotation on that ball seems like he's got a good release. Not like that one though.
No, that's a pretty shot.
Uh-oh, this could hurt.
Quick hands by Wade. Just an amazing job getting in there, just poking that one away right on the baseline. I think that Bivens thought he was just going to go in there and finish that up uncontested.
He looked like he was at to rock and roll with it.
.417 left here in the first half in the second quarter here. Skyline still holding a commanding lead, 33-18. I think part of the Romulus Eagles' problem is, man, they are just not shooting well.
They're not shooting well, but you've been mentioning his name, Randy Friesen. That guy, he's quick on the outside, but you're not really seeing any set plays for him to get loose. It's kind of just, hey, guys, run an offense. You don't see a lot of motion out of him or anything like that. You're right, Nick. The offensive end has to pick up for the Flyers.
Yeah, it's definitely it's stagnant, as for lack of a better word, but their offense is doing versus what the Eagles are doing. Lots of great ball rotation, lots of great movement, going around the perimeter, looking for everybody. You know, the Eagles just kind of look like the well-oiled machine that they are.
Yeah, and not a lot of it's how long was that guy in the paint?
And some of the Skyline faithful kind of wondering the same thing that you were there.
Usually official allow you to get away with it if the ball's tangled with another player, but that was two Flyers with the ball, seemed like.
Wade has no fear shooting that J from out there tonight. Wade, nice pass out to Ammerman, his favorite target there, and he fills it up again, Jack Ammerman.
I think Jack got some pleasantries from the bench over there from Romulus. He turned around and gave him a little look.
You know, when you're feeling it kind of the way he is, I guess you don't care.
And it's your night. It's senior night. This is your house. This is what you're supposed to do. But right here, afterwards, take a look over there. Let them know.
Yeah, maybe a quick look.
Yeah.
Maybe a quick look. Not too much.
Well,
which is nice.
He didn't go the clap. You know, if you turn and you clap over there like, hey, I don't see you clapping for me, that's a technical waiting to happen.
Yep. No, especially when you're ahead by 14 points. There's no need for something like that.
Nah.
Mohamed Kesey there.
Boy, just looking at the body language of the Flyers, they don't really even seem into it, Nick. You know, they're just walking around kind of lackadaisical, for lack of better words. I mean, it just doesn't look like they're really dialed in here, man.
You know, it's hard to say that for sure. But again, you know, when you're down 14 points, you don't usually have a whole lot to pull your head up about. But you're right. You know, you're going to continue to be down by 14 points if you don't push those shoulders back, puff out your chest, and try to get something going.
Well, and what I'm alluding to, it doesn't look like any of them are upset that they're down by this amount. And if you, I know there's different ways. This is the first time we've seen this team on the CTN Sports Game of the Week. But again, you can just look at the body language if somebody is into it or not.
No, you're definitely not wrong there. And again, Coach Buckley there, we see his first year again, coach the Romulus Eagles. He's got a lot of work to do. You know, these young men have got to buy into his system. These young men have got to respond to him. He needs to tell what his expectations are. And getting towards the end of the season, they should kind of be on that same page.
You would hope,
but,
right?
you know, it's still a work in progress, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's that first-year doldrums. But it's kind of odd coming from a team that went so far in the postseason as last year, what the Flyers did.
Right. Romulus went to the state semifinals last year before losing out. Only 2 players on this team were on that team, however.
That makes a big difference, right? And that's something that the Eagles might have to endure next year when you're losing a Brandon and a Jack.
No, you're right. They've had it for so good for so long that things are going to be a little different starting next year. But while they can, they're going to take advantage of those Wade to Ammerman passes. And again, Ammerman, nice take there to the rim. Fryson there with the long 3. Finally gets one. I think that's Fryson's 3rd or 4th 3. Finally nails one down. Quality take there by Wade the younger, Ryan Wade.
It's a good drive here, but Kabir.
Nice job getting those hands up there, Bergen.
Yeah, but you see what Kabir did? Love it. And when you're a big guy, that's how you block a shot with the guy coming to you. You put your hands straight up in the air. You don't come down at the offensive player. Good job of playing defense and not getting a foul.
And not just one hand went up, both hands up.
And that's a sophomore. So that's what we're alluding to, you know, the exodus of Brandon and Jack and some of the other seniors. Well, Coach Lovelace, they're already stacking for the future.
Well, and again, Lovelace, he's got his program. He's got this system in place. He's been here coaching at Skyline since the very beginning. This is his 10th season. He's got this program working exactly how he wants it. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of drop-off.
Not really. I mean, you had a 60. I think we added up the records. Since Brandon's and Jack's been on the squad, 60 and 21. I mean, that's an amazing run. 18-0 this year. I mean, these guys have gotten better each year. They know, though, they're going to – this whole season will be determined what they do in the postseason.
No, completely true. Ammerman one more time from that perimeter shot. As many as it takes. 45-25 now, Skyline over Romulus.
I'm thinking he's good from that right side.
And again, you know, guys are getting out on him. Guys are in his face. You know, his release is just so smooth and so quick, as you can see. Well, maybe not quite so much out on him on that one. Tyreek Tatum there, just a little late to the party, trying to get that hand in Ammerman's face, and you can't give him that much look. Oh, Wade up underneath along the baseline. Very nice with that little leaner back up.
He has that Euro step down. I mean, there's folks out there that blame LeBron for the extra step in basketball, but I love that move.
Yeah, it makes it a little more exciting. It makes for plays like that. Easy tip in there by Bivens.
All right, here you go. Do your counting here. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, once you jump step, you really aren't allowed that next shot or that next half step.
And these officials don't have that slow motion, super slow motion that the CTN sports staff has to replay and actually, you know, count those steps. BK just moves too quick in regular speed.
Totally right. It's so much easier when you can replay it in slow-mo and then go back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, you can see with the body down low there by Malcolm riding the player right into Wade.
Darius Lundy there, coming from the charity stripe.
And makes them both. It looked like an inbound violation there, where Wade didn't think the ball had been inbounded yet.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the entire thought process was there, but regardless, Romulus Eagles ball.
Oh, that was a coachable moment. That's something that Coach Lovelace will bring up in halftime. Oh, there's Kabir.
Nice block from behind there. Looked like he had all leather, but
and the official was on the opposite side, so he was really kind of blocked by the offensive player on this move. You can see Kabir on the backside. He times it very well on the jump. And he gets a lot of wrist.
Yeah.
And arm.
Yeah, there it is. But you wouldn't know that from that reaction there. You wouldn't know that from the reaction.
Hey, he got an A for this for gamesmanship.
Yeah.
Kabir, you went top level with that reaction.
Exactly.
Man.
That's how you sell it. That's how you get that next one.
Of course.
That's how that next one comes your way.
That's when you're a junior and a senior, you get those calls, man.
Yep.
Well, now this game kind of got a little mucky here because now you got both teams in the double bonus, and now we're just walking back it up in court to the foul line.
Yeah, and I think that definitely probably plays a little bit more into Romulus's hands because they do have those bigs down there that can kind of muck things up, like you said. They will be good to get down on those blocks, and whether it's blocking or getting those interior passes into them. But only 1 minute left to go here in the half.
Come on, Spencer. Get in there. There you go. Making me proud, young man.
Got the Spencer Morgan fan club down on this end here.
Hey, and I'm signing up everybody else who wants to join in. Spencer's a great kid. Talk with him a lot. He's usually yelling at a camera. Wow, look at that.
You know, we've talked over and over about Ammerman's shooting and his abilities there, but, man, he's got quick hands. He just has good positioning. He knows where that ball is. And speaking of quick hands and knowing where the ball is, Wade right there to the younger.
That's the connection right there. You had Jack go to Brandon to Ryan. Those three have been playing for years together.
Emmerman on that one just completely a happy birthday. Like, he probably didn't even expect the ball coming to him there. Got it, didn't know what to do with it almost.
It's almost like he's got passed this inbound pass right to him.
Ryan Wade here with a couple from the charity stripe.
This is kind of you know, it talks about how good the Eagles are. Everybody's in a good mood. Nobody's really jumping up and down and screaming. This is what the Eagles do to you.
And again, when you're on the run that the Eagles are, it's easy to just like, this is all part of the flow. This is all part of it. This is what we do.
Nothing to them surprises them. And, you know, you talk about all of Brandon's skills and Jack being over for 4 years. It's, I think, upstairs. Their head. They are some of the best heady players that I've seen play basketball in a long time in these parts.
No, Coach Lovelace says that. Oh, nice pass. Nice working around there by the Skyline Eagles.
They're going to talk about Ryan. Why didn't you finish that one, man? That was our highlight.
But again, just the fluidity of those passes, just the motion. Here, coming down with 4 seconds left there. Wade is the guy you want with the ball in his hands. But a nice back up and in to end the half. Spencer Morgan puts it in at the buzzer. Skyline Eagles up 55-31 here from the Eagles' nest. We've got to take a break here for halftime, but we'll be back with more Game of the Week action just in a minute.
just wish there was some place I could watch my favorite local TV shows.
Whoa! Ah! Cool, where am I? I want to know! What is this place?
You are in a computer terminal.
Who said that?
I am the god of computers, electrical devices and social media interfaces.
This is awesome!
I heard your wish and granted you access to my terminal.
Whoa, really? I've always wanted to be inside one of these things. So what's next?
Visit CTN's and the City of Ann Arbor's streaming and video on demand 82gov.org/watch CTN.
This is awesome! What do I do there?
Here you can watch city meetings, community-produced programs, school board and education programming, and a whole lot more.
Yes! This is great!
The live streams include CTN's 4 channels: government, public, educational, and community. Just click the sidebar for the channel you prefer and click play.
There's 4 channels here. I can watch 4 channels. Cool.
For video on demand, go to youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to find your favorite show, scroll through the mini playlists, or simply use the search bar to type in the name of the program.
Are you kidding me? I wish I knew about this earlier.
Visit 82gov.org/watch CTN for CTN live streams and video on demand.
That's great. Now I can go tell my friends once I leave. So, how do I get out of here?
Goodbye.
Hello? How do I get back to my life? I've got stuff to do. I mean, hello? Hello? Okay, I mean, I thought there'd be more to my life, but this is it?
Welcome back, everybody, to CTN Ann Arbor's Game of the Week. Here we are at the Eagles Nest. We've got the Skyline Eagles hosting the Romulus Eagles. Kevin Bryant, tell me a little bit what we saw that first half. We can see the score, but what did we see?
I was really just looking at our logo. I mean, that was pretty phenomenal work there. And it was pretty phenomenal work by the Eagles in the first half, Nick. They came out, and a lot of times in games that you really, you have these games on your schedule that you can dial in. Not for this team. This Skyline Eagles team's on a mission, and every opponent is just another roadblock in their way to what they hopefully will culminate in a trip to the Breslin.
No, and again, just so much what we've talked about so far is effort. You see the effort right there. Offensive rebound by the Eagles, work it back around, three-point shot there by Ryan Wade. And, man, the Eagles are just dynamite from three-point land tonight, too.
Well, and they've been dynamite all season long behind the arc. I mean, that is where if you're a team that is facing the Eagles, you want to run them off of the three-point line. Have them dribble the ball, because if they're going to spot up, this is what's going to hit you. You're going to get hit with a little bit of left-handed action and a couple right-handed shooters by the name of Jack Ammerman and BK Brandon Wade that can really fill it up.
Here we see that press that the Eagles started in on at the end of last half, and still going well with it, going strong.
And the way that these guys are going, Nick, they're trying to play themselves to the bench. And they're actually doing a very good job of making Coach Lovelace's decision very simple.
And I think that might be actually part of what Coach Lovelace is actually talking about, or is actually thinking. Why why are you going to press when you're up by nearly 30 points other than to work a few things in, get
That's
your
it.
guys strong, and then go have them sit out and watch their teammates play this one out?
Yeah, because the last thing you want, the kiss of death call right here by the announcer, is anyone getting a nick or not a nick,
There it is.
but getting a bruise, getting some type of trip to the trainer's office tomorrow. That's the only thing that can go wrong tonight. I mean, that's the one thing that the Skyline Eagles, they're going to get a W tonight if this score stays up like that. They're preparing for the Chelsea, the Bulldogs, and then they're getting ready for their opening round against Ann Arbor Pioneer in the districts right here on this floor 8 days from tonight.
And you've already mentioned his name, Deshaun Munson, is already out this game, and Romulus has a bunch of scratches. So, yeah, you're right. You don't want any of your real big, heavy hitters taking any sort of injury here.
Oh, a lot of walking moves there, boy. What a shot.
Nice shot there by Keon Wright, getting his guy up, drawing some contact, and still finishing strong. Ryan Wade with his opportunity out there beyond the arc.
Whoa.
Oh. I got to tell you about that transition offense there by Skyline. You know, that ball hit off that rim, and Skyline was ready to go right up the court.
Yeah, well, a lot of teams, Nick, they'll send 3 and 4 people to get the rebound. Skyline has 1 or 2 guys that are going. Everybody else out on the break. These guys play a great job in that transition.
No, again, it just speaks to, you know, the flow that they're in and how well they're doing, where they just know where each other are. They know what they're supposed to be doing. That speaks to not necessarily game day, but all the practice days, all the other days of the week that go into this.
And when you got a guy like BK number 2 out there, why not have all the trust in somebody else bringing the ball up court and finding you when you get out on the break?
Absolutely.
So that's why you have the Ammermans of the world, as well as you have Ryan Wade. They will get out on that break really fast.
No, definitely. And you see the Eagles a little bit of a switch up on their full court press. They're still doing it, but a little more of a trap diamond press they're trying to put. Just probably throw the Romulus Eagles off a little bit on that. But that said, I mean, the other one was doing just fine with that as well.
Yeah, it's really been hard for Coach Lovelace to come up with something that doesn't work tonight. I mean, seriously, from the opening tips when the other seniors were out on the court, they were still getting buckets. So, and then when you have this kind of guy out there, you don't really need too many offensive players. Talking with Jack Ammerman's dad at the half, he's taking all the credit, Jack, for your shot being straight.
Yeah, there you go.
I guess Jack had a little bit of funky rotation on the ball. Dad straightened him out and said, this is how you need to shoot it. And, hey, whatever he said, he needs to, copyright that because it worked very well.
Oh, here we go. Little showtime there. Didn't quite come up on it, but again, when you're up 67-35 with 4:54 to go, you're going to get some opportunities like that. You're going to try some stuff. You're going to have some fun.
And why not? I mean, seriously, you play the game to enjoy it, to win, but these guys, they've been doing this all of their lives. Those 3 guys have been together for such a long time. And when I'm talking to Jack, he says, I spend most of my time over the Wade's house. I mean, so he's a part of the family. They definitely know each other. But right now, you can see Ryan as well as Jack talking about that pass at center court. They really wanted to connect on that highlight play, man.
And they've still got a whole half left. They could still get one of those before this game is over.
Well, they may not be playing in that 4th quarter, though, so they might have to get it all in now.
Could have been their one missed opportunity there. You might be right about that. Still some fight left here in these Romulus Eagles.
And you're not seeing a lot of rotations out of the Eagles. They've only played really 7 guys. Wow, I wonder what that was.
Which is, I don't know if that was just a ball that kind of got away from him a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to let that one go.
We'll see. Let the official scorers deal with that one. Figure out how that works.
Tried to break the backboard.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
But, yeah, getting back to your point, though, I mean, there's just not a lot of, people coming in off the bench for Romulus. It really seems like they've understood that they're really preparing for next week, Nick.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think probably after that first quarter, definitely after the first half, they might just be remiss to the fact of where they're at and try to work on a few things. But again, you talk about their body language. I'm still seeing that. You'd think that they'd be fighting through these full court presses a little bit differently, maybe just I mean, a little bit better, for lack of a better term. I mean, again, Skyline is excellent at what they're doing, but the effort there seems to be lacking just slightly.
Yeah, and what you're saying, and it couples it when you have a team that you're playing like Skyline, right?
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from what the Skyline Eagles are doing. They're playing just
this is
almost
what they're
flawless
supposed to do.
hoops, right?
At their house, you got a team coming in. You shut them out early. You let them know this is just going to be a bad night for you.
Ammerman with a great one-handed pass up the court there. Again, like you said, no bounce to that, just all up in the air. Now the Eagles, Skyline Eagles, once again going back to going to the rim, trying to draw some fouls.
I mean,
Wade wide open under
right?
there.
I mean, that's the play that I've been talking about. You have guys that you can't inbound a ball up under the opponent's rim and a defender not defend, but that's what just happened.
And your best dude right there.
Yeah,
your
I mean,
best
you
guy.
gotta know who's coming. Well, this is going to be a highlight.
Here might be that other option there for Ryan Wade. Wade with a great job, great going up, great finish, gets the bucket. And we'll get one shot coming for him for his efforts.
Yeah, I was holding my breath because our cameraman Gage was right there in the way, and Ryan was coming steaming right at him.
Gage is a pro, though, never flinched. He got the shot the whole way.
I think our producer said, "Don't you let this camera go."
Right. Wade missed that one a little deep. Once again, quick hands by those Skyline defenders, those Skyline trappers over there, knocking the ball away. Again, really preventing Romulus from getting a lot of rhythm going on offensively.
Well, and this defense is, I think this defense set is not just to slow the opponent down, but to actually almost keep the Eagles involved.
I think that could be true.
Keep them into the game, the flow of the game.
Yes, that's a great point. When you get your guards still staying involved, like you said, still working hard, gives them no chance to start to take plays off or slack off or just get lackadaisical.
Yeah, getting those bad feelings and thoughts in your head that, hey, we don't need to play as hard as we need to.
Right. You can start to sag
That's
on
a
defense.
challenge.
There's none of that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Skyline doing a nice job of spreading the court there, spreading the floor for Wade. Tried for the no-looker to your man Morgan, but couldn't quite get it through the trees.
Yeah, it looked like Donovan Bowers for the Flyers had his hand right on Wade the entire way, but I like the way that Bowers comes up and challenges one of the players for the Mr. Basketball.
Skyline with a nice offensive rebound there. Once again, moving it around. Wade, slick move, aggressive turn there, yeah.
See the Eagles on that play. See the Flyers. They did not the rebounder. He gets the ball. Didn't look for anyone open. Kind of forced the ball right back up. A lot of contact, no call there.
No, and you're right. And again, that's one of the benefits of being 6'7", 6'8" right there. You can just kind of get up and then move forward with it. But you're right. Not a lot of conviction going back with that.
Coach Lovelace taking a long look at Ryan Wade. He does not want that young junior to get hurt. Slamming himself into the defender. Already, came down hard in the first half.
And yeah, you called it. Coach Lovelace there taking a long look at probably all of his guys, doing some calculations in his head there, thinking things over, doing calculations. Not a pun at all. Coach Lovelace is a math teacher here for Ann Arbor Public Schools, but very, very methodical guy.
And I even think his body language by standing up off of the bench is an indication to his players to let them know, I am still in this game, you still be in this game.
It would be so easy for him to just have a seat, have some yucks with his assistant coaches, but that's not what he's doing. He's dialed in, he's focused, he's definitely got his eye on the prize there and keeping an eye on his squad.
He's had to do that, I bet, all year long with the team that's won.
Sure.
Make sure that these guys don't feel too good about themselves.
Yeah, the Eagles are definitely good to get out to a lead and clearly hold it. Wade there working it into your man Morgan. Nice cut in by Ammerman. Tried for the dipsy-do for the behind-the-back kind of layup there, the kind of lay-in there, but not quite coming through on that. Great cut by Jack Ammerman.
Great cut. I think the English was just a bit off on that little cue ball.
Well, and you're throwing it from behind your neck. It's kind of hard to get quite the proper look at there.
Well, for Jack, he's not going to be hanging on the rim, so he wants to do some nice little reverses and things like that.
It's a great call. You got Robert Malcolm Jr. there trying to get on three-point action.
Oh, wow.
But once again, solid offensive rebounding effort there by the Skyline Eagles. Great offensive rebound there by Malcolm.
Take a look at that
Excellent
cut there.
job.
Oh, he almost had it
So
though,
close.
right?
So close. We got another whistle down there under the bucket.
Yeah, Spencer Morgan was trying to go up and block that one. Spencer might have a lot of energy, but he's not going to have a lot of ups in those calves. But that's not what he's out there for.
Getting a little aggressive out there. Getting a little aggressive. And again, when you're going up against a kid like Kyle Seal, 6'7" over there, you know, what are you going to do? It's tough. It's tough. There's not a lot you can do. You're going to get somebody. You're going to try to throw yourself at him a little bit.
But look at the effort. You see Spencer Morgan going after he challenged the first shot and then tried to go back and get the defensive rebound.
Yeah, never stopped. They definitely don't want to give up any easy buckets. That pass a little bit long, but Ammerman did a great job of hounding it down there. Still working around the perimeter. Right from the top of the key, Brandon Wade. With the complete confidence, no doubt in his mind when that ball left his hand.
Yeah, you know, and the follow through, that was for the cameras.
Yep.
Because he saw that. He saw it going straight in and just kept that hand up there. And now we go to the other side to the...
There you can see the workaround. And, you know, just like Ammerman earlier from so far back, Wade at least 4 feet beyond the arc on that one.
It's right at the pro level shot.
Yep. There's Ammerman with those quick hands again, pushing it up to Ryan Wade. And, oh, couldn't quite get it there. But Ammerman, great job picking up the slot and finishing it off there. And with 25 seconds here left to go in the third quarter, 80-42 Skyline Eagles over Romulus Eagles.
Well, finally, this Romulus comes back. Big smile on Ryan's face after that missed dunk. He knows he lost it on the way up. He lost control of the ball. Come on, man.
Just got it away a little. Just got away from him a little bit. But again, senior leadership there to pick up after him. And yet another three-pointer by Brandon Wade at the buzzer. At the buzzer, and after 3 quarters, 82 Skyline, 45 for the Romulus Eagles. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll have the fourth quarter for this one in just a moment. Please stick around with CTN Sports Game of the Week.
CTN is Ann Arbor's PEG station, which stands for Public, Education, and Government. With 4 channels, CTN provides multimedia resources and programming to serve the Ann Arbor area and beyond. In addition to broadcasting and live streaming locally produced programming, CTN is dedicated to training the public on a variety of media production equipment and techniques. From event coverage
Gonna give 110%.
to local news
I'm Dana Denton, and you're watching FYI.
to programming produced by the public,
This ain't no con made up by matchstick men.
CTN is your place for everything Ann Arbor and more. CTN. Connect, create, communicate.
And welcome back, everybody, here for the start of the fourth quarter here in the Eagles' Nest. Skyline Eagles currently up nicely, 82-45 over the visiting Romulus Eagles, and they're just going to keep piling on here, Kevin. Keep piling on.
I think he called glass. Because the reaction out of Ryan's face was, no, I didn't call glass.
And Randy Frison there trying to keep things going. And there's a little razzmatazz for you. The Eagles flying right now. Nice pass on that one.
So now, Nick, this is the first in men's basketball on the varsity level. We got a running clock.
Wow, I've not. You're right. You're right. That's crazy.
I haven't heard that outside of Pioneer here on football game. Wow. See, I told you they would hit you, Gage. Nice.
That's all part of the job for our outstanding camera ops here, CTN Ann Arbor.
Get a little hazard pay?
Yeah, I think that's what they get. I think they get a nice pat on the rear from our director, maybe.
Yeah, as long as they don't damage the camera.
Yeah,
that's what he really cares
about. That's exactly it.
So let's see if Wayne will see the exit from the court of Brandon and Jack. They're the two seniors. Oh, they have Fry out there now. They brought out all the seniors again.
Yeah, giving it that opening game look again. Yeah, you got to wonder if at some point in this fourth quarter, maybe Coach Lovelace tells them to give them the purpose foul on purpose, and then they get the well-earned hand from the crowd that they deserve.
Man, after 4 years of putting up dubs and three-pointers and some exciting plays in this place, they've earned it.
Yep, completely correct. I think now it'll just be for Coach Lovelace to figure out when is the best time for that to go on.
And it might be one of those moments you take them both out at the same time just because they've both been such a huge part of the program from start to finish, man.
Very appropriate. You're absolutely right about that. Solid effort there by Darius Hall on the rebound. Jack Ammerman bringing the ball up the court, as you've seen more than a little bit here tonight.
I think Brandon wanted that one.
Yeah, Omar couldn't quite get down and bend over and pull that one out.
Well, you know what Brandon's doing. He's trying to get the other seniors on the scoreboard. Charlie Fry's already had a bucket. Now he's trying to get Omar a bucket. And he's gotten Jack buckets all night.
Right, nothing new about that one. But, yeah, again, spreading the love there a little bit. I think that you could be onto something there with that. And, again, that just speaks to what kind of player he is.
True. He not only fills up the stat sheet, but he's a consummate teammate. He looks for the open man. And his game, again, I people always are coming up and asking, oh, what is this Brandon Wade, this BK guy? I tell him his head is the best thing. The guy is the #1 on the team in GPA. He does it in the classroom, not just out here on the floor, making mom and dad very proud.
No, it's easy to see how he's gotten that D1 offer going to Duquesne in the next fall.
Skyline call number 25, Darius Hall, his fifth. 23, Omar.
We've got Chris Caton coming up off the bench.
Freshman.
Caton, yeah, he actually didn't start with the squad on varsity. He played 3 or 4 games JV, and then somebody went down for the Eagles, and then he came up to fill that spot.
You see, when I did some work over at Eastern Michigan as an announcer and I announced the wrong person coming in, the team got a technical. Why didn't they give a technical?
Is that true? That's a thing that happens in college?
Yeah, if you announce the wrong guy coming in, and actually it was at the beginning of the game, so it was a very big Snickers moment for me.
That's kind of a lot of pressure.
Oh, man.
On somebody probably not making a whole heck of a lot of money. Here comes senior Darius Hall coming off the court. Big hand, big round of applause from the Skyline faithful here. Parents, students, and everybody else. Good for that young man.
And Darius is going to be counted on a lot with Deshaun being out. He is the other big for the Eagles.
Got Alex Badalonga in there as well. Another senior, Omar Agor, coming off the court now. Gets all the appropriate high fives and love from his teammates and coaches down there. It's a nice night.
Yeah, and now that you say it with the running clock, these guys are going to have to speed up the action just to get out of the game.
Yeah, with 90 to 50 going on right here. Eagles put up 90 points so far, and Ammerman trying to get a little deeper there too. Yeah, you're right. There's Fryson, finally puts one in there.
Oh, there's a good move.
Yeah, great play there by Badalonga.
That guy right there, that's a big smile. That's a smile of I've done enough tonight, Coach. How about bringing me over to the bench?
He's happy. He's having a good time. He's feeling everything.
And look, this is what a lot of opponents have seen for the last 4 years, Nick.
Yeah, just absolutely. Just taking what he could. I mean, just that ball batted right all the way back to him. He's like, hey, here I am. Let's give it a shot.
And a lot of one-on-one play for Romulus right now. Not a lot of ball movement, player movement. You see people just standing around.
No, I think that whoever's getting the open look is just going to be happy to do it. Wade with an interesting pass there on that one. Deep behind the back. You don't see that kind of long behind the backer.
Is that what they mean when they say he has vision?
Yeah, I guess so. Got a foul there. Again, 1:16 left with this running clock here, 93 to 53, a 40-point lead here for Skyline Eagles. And you could hear the props given to Jack Ammerman there. 1,000-point score on this varsity team. Coming off the court, hugs from everybody. The home faithful giving it to him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the folks understand how lucky they've been for the last 4 years with these guys.
And then the man, Brandon Wade, coming off the court. Once again, big hugs from all of his coaches. Big hug from Lovelace there.
And Dad met him right there, right at the center court to start those hugs.
Great finish there by Jalen Cooper right there. Cooper's not paying attention to that bench. He's doing what he needs to do in there.
He's got to get on the score sheet,
yeah.
Right?
If your team puts up a 95 burger, you better get on that score sheet. And here we go, just 5 seconds left, counting them down here. And there you have it. From the Eagles' nest, Skyline Eagles put up 95 points on the visiting Romulus Eagles. But stick around, we're going to have an interview here with Kevin Bryant talking to our player of the game. Please stick around.
And welcome back to the CTN Sports Game of the Week. Well, it wasn't too hard to pick our players of the game, but I'm going to throw a little bit of a twist for our interview. I do this a lot. Brandon, you think you can handle interviewing Jack? You guys known each other for a while, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's B. Wade on the mic. Jack, tell me a little something. What was your favorite part about being a part of the Skyline basketball program for the past 4 years?
Really just the relationships that I made with all my teammates, obviously playing with some people that I played with since first grade. Really just the coaching staff and all the players just really created a really strong bond, and it's just been a really fun ride, and I hope that we can end it the right way.
Nice to hear. So what do you think is going to win us a state championship this year?
Really just keeping our chemistry up, working hard every day, and our defensive end. I mean, we can put it in the basket on the offensive end, but really locking down on defense I think will let us make a strong run in the state tournament.
Who's been your favorite player you played with all the time?
That's a tough question. I mean, there's been a lot of players, but if I had to single one out, I mean, it's number 2 on the Skyline for the fact that he gets me to open shots all the time. He's the one passing me the ball all the time.
Let me get this mic from you two. Oh my God. I love the way you guys interact. One serious question. I don't think we've ever had two guys that have scored 1,000 points on one team. Brandon, what's it like to be a 1,000-point scorer?
I mean, it's all a blessing, and I can only thank my teammates for it because they give me the ball. They get me in the right positions to score the ball. Obviously, I was fortunate enough to be on the team for 4 years and be on really good teams to where they know where I want to be, know where I'm best on the floor. So, I mean, it's all just scoring the ball, so I'm not really like all into it, but it's all a blessing. I'm honored to be a part of it. So.
Well, I tell you, for us on CTN Sports, you two have made us watching you a pleasure. So we'd like to thank you for being a part of our CTN Sports Game of the Week. Thanks a lot, guys. Back to you, Nick.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Great idea over there. Thanks a lot, Kevin Bryant. Thanks to our new correspondents, Brandon Wade and Jack Ammerman. Also, really need to thank everybody else involved here. We've got our camera operators, Gage Shaughnessy, Robert Hornbacker, and Jamie Chu. Replay and audio by Jill Andrews, graphics Katsumi Nagai, and our venerable director, Rob Cross. Thank you all for tuning in to CTN Ann Arbor's Game of the Week Winter. We'll see you all in the springtime.